That's good. So how did you do that?
What?
How did you do that? What?
I multiplied.
Okay. Explain how you did it.
I multiplied 3 and 7.
Okay, that makes 21. 21 meters. Good.
That's it.
And what's the next? What?
That's it. That's it.
Now, you know, they said she already has 7 meters. She has 7 meters already, you know. She will need 3 times 7 meters of clothes. That's 21. So what will you do?
Nothing.
What's your final answer?
21.
What's your final answer?
21.
Oh no.
28.
Oh well, you tried, but you know they said she already has 7. Will she need 21 again? If you say 21, then that means 7 plus 21 makes 28. That's more than what she needed. What do you think we should do? Joshua? Think about it. How many dresses does she want to make? She wants to make 7 dresses. She will need 3 meters for 7 for 1. So that is 3 times 7, which is 21. But she already has 7. So how many more will she need? What do you think we should do?
Subtract.
What?
Subtract 21 from 7.
Okay. You take away 7 from 21. So what would that be? That's going to be 14. Is that okay? Good. So she will need 14 meters more. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Which of you? Joshua, did you get 14?
No, sir. My answer was 28 before.
Okay. Okay. You tried. But if you look at the logic, Madam BC uses 3 meters to make a lady's dress. 1. If she wants to make 7, she will need 3 times 7, which is 21. But they said she already has 7. So you take the one she already have away from what she will need. Is that okay? So she knows to get more. Is that okay?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
number 2. Answer number 2.
Answer was 84.
Musa has 1,473 marbles and Obi has 1,389 marbles. How many marbles must Musa give Obi so that each of them now has the same number?
Good. So how many marbles must Musa give Obi? Now, what was your answer, Iyanu?
2,389.
Do you get what they are trying to say?
I mean, 916.
How many must Musa give to Obi? 289. Musa don't have more than 1,473.
916.
What?
916.
Okay. Now, what was your answer, Joshua?
84.
Josh,
84.
okay. Good. Now let's work it out together. Obi asked 1389. Let's take away 1389 from 1473. What would we have? What did you get? What will you get?
$84.
Got what? 84.
84.
Okay. Okay. 1473 minus 1389. Okay, you're right. 84. Is that okay? Now, if you take that 84 away from Musa's own, both of them now have the same thing. You now share that 84 between them. Divide 84 by 2. What will you get? That is 42. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
84 by 2 is 42. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, that means if you had, you know, since we have taken 84 out of Musa, both of them now have the same thing. That means if you divide 84 into 2, you add 42 to each of them, they will not be the same. That implies that Musa will need to give 40 to Obi. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you get that? Now, let's look at number 3. To me. Three.
In a school, there are 1,970 pupils.
Sorry,
If
on your, hello, wait, Yanu, on your screen, I'm not seeing any of you. Why did you do it that way?
Because I want it that way.
Your video. Now, go ahead.
In a school, there are 1,970 pupils. If there are
Okay.
799 boys, how many more girls are there than boys?
How many
More girls are there than boys.
boys? Good. What was your answer?
1,171.
Okay. Now we have 1,970 pupils. 99 are boys. 970. That would be what?
1,171.
Okay. Is it 71?
No, 1,171.
You're right. 1,171. That is the number of days. How many more you now do? Yanu,
Yes, sir.
where are you?
I'm right here.
What?
Here.
Where?
Here. In this
You are not
room.
asleep. Yan, you want me to mommy about this class? You have to, aren't you seeing me? Is it possible to be talking to someone you don't see?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't want me seeing you, now switch it over to, maybe I should be seeing Joshua, I don't know. Maybe you don't like to be seen. So maybe you switch it to Joshua. As long as I'm hearing your voice, it's fine. I need to see someone. I have to be sure my message is getting across. Is that okay? In Yoruba land, there is a saying that says, Ojuloro wa. That means the person you are talking to, you need to see their facial expression, whether they are getting it. Sincerely, I don't know why you don't want to go through the class. You know, mommy felt it's good for you. And as a child, it's good to be obedient. You get it. Listen, one day, you see, and you too, you grow up and have your family. And you will now be thinking, oh, my girl, this is good for you. When you now give it to your girl and she said, mommy, I don't want it, how will you feel? It's okay. The number of girls will be 1,179. When you take 799 away from 1,970, you will have 1,171. That is the number of girls. The question now is, how many more girls are there than boys? How many more girls are there than boys? What do you think we will do?
Subtract.
What?
Subtract.
Good. That means you subtract 799 from 1,171. So that will be what? That what? What would that be? What will be your final answer? Is Joshua there?
2.
Yes, sir.
400 and what? What's the answer, Joshua? You can talk now.
Wait.
Anybody can talk.
970.
Anybody can say it. What will be the answer?
1,171.
3,072. 1,772.
Mine is 500.
That is 372. Joshua, the answer is 372. The girls are 1171. 1,171. Take away 799. You will get 372. That's your answer. How did we get that? You will take away the number of boys from the total number of the pupils. That makes 1,179 and 71 for girls. You will now take the boys away from the girls. Take away 799 from 171. That's your answer. Now, let's go to the fourth one. Joshua, what was your final answer?
6,380.
What?
6,380.
They said 6,600 pieces of chalk are to be packed in packets. If a packet contains 220 pieces, how many packets will be needed? Why are you hiding from the screen? I'm not seeing you. Should I take my own tool away? Maybe if you don't see me too, just look at it. I'm talking, you are not seeing me. Would that be ideal? When you are doing online work, you need to see the person you're talking with. You know, we are not in touch. If it's a class work now, this hide and seek, you will not be able to do it. We'll be together live. Imagine we are in the same room. You can't dodge now. I don't know why you guys are doing what you're doing. It's well anyway. Now for that, 220 pieces are to be packed. What are we going to do, Joshua?
Subtract.
What?
Subtract.
Well, that's a good try. But what that means is that you are going to group 6,600 pieces into 220, 220, 220 group. What do you think we should do? Is it subtraction?
Addition.
I think it's division. You know, you want to pack it. You have to divide 6,600 into groups of 220. So you say 6,600 divided by 20, 220. And that would be, I think that would be 30. What's your final answer?
30.
What?
30.
Yeah, 30 is supposed to be your final answer. 6,600 pieces of chalk are to be packed in 220. That is division. You have to group them in 220. So I think it's division. Now, number 5. What was your final answer? You said you've done it before, so what did you get?
27.
What?
27.
Okay.
50.
Now let me explain that too. 13 buses of the same type, each with 36 seats and 11 standing spaces. Make a trip, make 3 trips each to convey spectators to a football stadium. Find the total number of spectators taken there after the last trip. What you need to do is that find how many pupils that 13 buses will take for the 3 trips. If you know what one bus made in 3 trips, then you can tell what 13 buses will make. Let's start with each trip of the buses. Each of the buses has 13 seats and standing spaces. So how many people can be in a bus at a time? 32 seats standing, 11 standing. How many people can be there?
Mm.
14.
8.
What?
8.
No. In a bus that has 36 seats, 11 standing spaces, how many people can be there? 36 and 32 seats, 11 standing places. How many people can be in that bus at a time? What will you do?
Subtract the 2 from 11.
You won't subtract. Maybe you're not getting it. In a bus, there are 32 seats. How many people can sit on it on 32 seats, Joshua?
32 people.
Yeah. And there is 11 standing spaces. So making 11 plus 32. And what would that be?
Mm.
43.
43.
32 and 11. 43,
43.
yes. Good.
43.
43, good. 43 people can be in the bus at a time. Do you get it now? Good. Now, each bus make 3 trips. How many people can a bus convey 3 times? That's going to be 3 times 43. Do that. 43 times 3, yes?
9.
What would that be? 3 times 3. What's that?
9.
What?
3 times 3 is 9.
I said 43. 43 times 3. What's that?
129.
Good. Now, for a trip, a bus can convey, for 3 trips, a bus can convey 129. So how many will 13 buses now convey? That's 129 times 13. Can you do that? Multiply 129 times 13. Go ahead. What's your final answer? Final answer?
$1,577.
What?
1,577.
Hmm? You tried. Ian, what did you get? Ian,
You muted.
Ian,
Yes, sir.
what did you get?
63.
What?
63.
You are not doing it, you know? Ian,
Yes,
you
sir.
didn't do it. You didn't do it. But if you are following what, see, okay, you've tried. The answer is 1,677. I just want to confirm with your own answer. Joshua got 1,577. That's fine, but it's not, it's just close to it, but not exactly. If you multiply it out, if Joshua is to check his work, he will remember that that's 8 plus 9 is 17. Carry 1. You add 1 to that 3 and 2, making 6. 3 plus 2, 5 plus the 1 you carry. Joshua, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Did you not see it?
Yes, sir.
You forgot to carry that one over. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
You will have gotten it. Right. Now let's go to number 6. Yeah, baby girl.
Yes, sir.
Read number 6 for me. Thank you.
A bus has 10 seats. Each seat takes 3 people. The bus also has 12 seats, each of which takes 2 people.
Okay.
If there are 9 standing spaces, how many passengers can the bus carry?
That's good. So what's your final answer there? Have you done that?
Number 6.
Number 6, yes.
63.
What was your final answer?
63.
Now let me explain. A bus has 10 seats. Each takes 3 people. Then the bus also has 12 seats, each of which takes 2 people. And there are 9 standing spaces. You know what we're going to do? First, we know how many 3 people will be there on 10 seats. That is 10 times. 10 times 3 is what? 30. Then we also have 12 seats that takes 2 people. That is 12 times 2. That's 24. And 9 persons are standing. So we had that all together. 30 plus 24 plus 9 will be. So what did you get, Yanu? What's your final answer? Hmm?
You're muted.
For number 6.
Yes. For number
Yes,
six.
your final answer for number 6.
What do you think?
You get
What
Joshua.
number one?
Got 63.
Joshua, what did you get for that number 6? What's your final answer?
Got 7.
What?
7.
Oh. Did you get it? They said a boss asked. What?
Number 7 or number 6?
Number 6.
Number
What?
6.
Say 7, Joshua.
Because that was my answer.
Oh. Not 63.
Good. It's 63. Correct. It's 63. The answer is 63. Why? We have 10 seats. 3 people on each of 10 seats is 3 times 10, which is 30. 12 seats with 2 people each. That is 2 times 12, 24. Then 9 are standing. So that would be 30 plus 24 plus 9, making 63. Yano, that's a good one. Now, Joshua, read number 7 for me.
I don't have the book.
You don't have it. Okay, Yanu, then read. Thank you.
Okay.
Yanu, read number 7 for us.
Joseph's mother was 32 years old when he was born. If he was 10 years in 1966, which year was his mother born?
Okay. Joshua, what about that? What's the final answer?
My final answer was
For number 7 is what? When was the mother born?
1929.
1929, okay. Iyanu, your final answer before I do it.
1924.
Okay. Let's see who got it. Joshua's mother was 32 years when he was born. If Joshua was 10 years in 1966, you know what you're going to do? Take away 10 from 1966. When was Joshua born? When was Joseph born? If you take away 10, that's 1956. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
1956 was when Joseph was born. So how old will his mother be in 1956? She was 32. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
He was 32 when Joseph was born. So you need to find out when Joseph was born. Joseph was born 10 years ago. Joseph was 10 years in 1966. So you need to take 10 away from 1966. So that would be 1956. That 1956, Joseph's mom was 32. Take away 32 from 56. Joshua, do that. What did you get?
$19.24.
Take away 32 from 1956. What will you get, Joshua?
$19.24.
Good. That is the answer. The mother was born 1924. Okay. Number 8. Let me read that. A coach can take 40 passengers. How many passengers can be carried by 18 coaches? What are we going to do? Joshua,
Yes, sir.
what are we going to do? A coach can carry 40 passengers. How many passengers will be carried by 18 coaches? How do we get our answer?
Add 40 by 18.
Hmm?
Add 40 by 18.
I didn't hear you.
Add
Divide.
40 by 18.
Why? Now listen carefully, Joshua. A coach can carry 40 passengers. 40. 18 will carry what? That is 40 in 18 places. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
it? Now, you are going to multiply 40 by 18. Go ahead and do that. I hope Yanu is also following over there. Please, I want you to be with me in class.
520.
What?
720.
What did you say?
720.
Correct. Yes. It is 720. If a coach can carry 40 passengers, 18 coaches will carry 18 times 40. 40 in 18 places. You're right. Now, 2 more to go. A school contains 585 pupils. If there are 29 girls than boys, find the number of boys. Good. So what will you do? Yana, are you with me? Yana, girl.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
It's only that I'm in Nigeria. One of these days, if I'm in America, I will have come to you, take you out one Sunday, and go and eat nice things. Buy you things that makes you feel good. Is that okay? Don't worry, very soon, it's a matter of time. I will also show up in America. And we'll be good friends. We will have a nice time together. You will really know I'm a good person. So, Yanu, what about that? Number 9, a school contains 585 pupils. If there are 29 girls and boys, Find the number of boys. What are we going to do? Or can I ask you your final answer? At least you've done it. What was your final answer?
556.
What?
556.
556?
Yes, sir.
556. Okay. Joshua, what's your own answer?
560.
Yours was 560. Iyanu is 556. Joshua 560. Okay. Let's see how it goes. The first thing you will do, they said if there are 29 girls than boys, you will first take away 29 from 585. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
If you take away 29 from 585, what have you? $556. 556. Good. 556 is the number of both boys and girls. Now divide that 556 by 2. What will you have? Joshua, divide 556 by 2. Josh.
Yes, sir.
Divide 556 by 2. Iyanu, please do this.
278.
278. Thank you. That is the number of boys. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
And the number of girls will be 278 plus 29. What's that? What is that? 278 plus 9, plus 29. Joshua.
307.
Correct. Boys are 278, girls are 307. So if you take away 278 from 307, you would see that you will get 29. The question says total number of pupils, that is boys and girls in school, 585. Girls are 29 more than boys. You first take away the 29, that's the number that the girls are more than boys. Divide the remaining by 2, you have the boys and girls. The first half to the boys, the second half add to 29, making number of girls. 307 for girls, 278 for boys. Now, the last but not the least, Iyanu, can you read question number 10 for us?
A poultry farm produced 56,304 eggs. They were packed in cartons with 1 grass in each. How many cartons were used? How many eggs were left?
Was that network problem? Was that network problem?
Yes, sir.
Joshua? Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good. Let's continue. After this, we'll stop for math. I'm going to give you another homework in mathematics. We'll change to another subject. We'll take a break and come back for another subject. A poultry farm produced 56,304 eggs. They were packed in cartons with one gross in each pack. How many cartons were used? How many eggs were made? Now, if I may ask you, what is a gross? What? Yanu?
You're muted, Yano.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the gross? What do you call a gross? What number is a gross?
I don't know. 12?
Now, I want to give you an idea. Okay. 12 is a dozen. A score,
20.
listen, 12, a dozen is 12 units. A dozen is 12 units. A score is 20 units. A gross is 144. Is that okay? Write it down. You may come across it again in any of the work. A dozen is 12 units. A score, 20 units. A gross, 144 units. Okay? So what are we going to do?
To divide.
Good, that's my girl. You divide by 144. So if we divide 56,304 by 144, what are we going to get? Okay, I'm doing it here too. That's 7. 2 in 144 is 72. 2 in 5 is 2, remaining 1. In 16, 8. In 3, 1. In 10, 5. And in 4, 2. 2 again in 72 is 36. 2 in 28 is 24. In 1, it's 0. In 15, that's 6. 2 in 36 is 18. 2 in 24, 12. 2 in 7 is 3. In 16, 8. 2 in 18, 9. 2 in 12, 6. 0. 2 in 3, that is 1. In 18, 9. So we now have 6,019 divided by 9. Is that okay? 9 in 60 is, what is 9 in 60? 6. That's 54. Take away 54 from 60, you will have 6. That's, take the 6 to 1, make 61. 9 in 61 is still 6. That's going to be remainder 5. 9 in 59 will be 6. That is 54. Taking away 54 from 59, you have 5. So your final answer should be 666 carton, remaining 5 eggs. What did you get, Yanu? Yanu?
You're muted, Yano.
Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your final answer in number 10?
30 left, and I couldn't find the boxes.
This is how to go about it. A gross is 144. Use 144 to divide 56,304. If you do that, you will get 666 remaining 5 eggs. So you have 666 cartons, remaining 5 eggs. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, Yanu and Joshua, if you turn to page 29, you will see the continuation of the exercise we just did, 11 to 16. The next one is 11 to 16. That will be your homework in mathematics. Are you noting that?
Yes, sir.
Yanu, what's the homework? What number to what number?
11 to 16.
To 16, thank you. In page 28, that exercise we just did, 1 to 10, it continues the next page, 11 to 16. That will be your next homework. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Can we take a break for 10 minutes, Iyanu?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Joshua, let's go for break. 10
Yes, sir.
minutes. We'll be back. Thank you. God bless you. Let's go for break. Thank you. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn mi ò mọ nǹkan tí àwọn àdìmọ́nì wọn jọ pa. Mi ò mọ èdò pọ̀ ìyá wọn fẹ́ tán ṣe. Wọn ò lè sọ fún mọ́mì wọn. Wọn ò fẹ́ wọn gbọ́dọ̀. Yóò mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọdé wọ́n máa ń fẹ́ ṣeré. Wọn ò ní láìkì iṣẹ́ tó. Mọ́mì wọn gan pè mí lénìí a jọ sọ̀rọ̀. Àínú wọn dùn pé mò ń kọ́ wọn. Please, what pencil do you want to sharpen? Did I sharpen pencil for you yesterday? Huh? This is the blade. You can't do it yourself. Not all. Mhm. 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 Ìyanu rẹ̀. Mm. 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 Okay, I'm back. Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Bear with me. Ìyanu. Get your notes ready and your writing pen. We are doing civic education. Is Ìyanu in class? Ìyanu.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Joshua.
Yes, sir.
What's happening over there? Hello. What are you guys doing with your appliances there? Why are you not wanting to come online? Huh?
We're waiting.
Joshua.
We're waiting
What?
for you.
For who?
You.
You're not waiting for me. I've been online. It's you guys that are going and coming, going and coming. It's well, okay? Thank God we're back. Civic education. We are going to talk on the arms of the government. Arms of the government. Arms of the government. What is government? Government is a group of people that directs and run the affairs of a nation. You don't know. Okay. We are talking on arms of government. Arms of government. I told you government is a group of people that directs and runs the affairs of a nation, of a country. Now, under the government is divided into three arms. We have the legislature, that is the legislative. Two, the executive. And three, the judiciary. Arms of government are one, the legislative, or you say legislature. Number two, the executive. Number three, the judiciary. Now, who are the legislature? The legislative.
The president.
It is the arm. What?
The president.
What did you say?
The
Am I
president.
too fast?
The president.
Yanu.
I said the president.
Now, the president is the executive now. You know, don't worry, we'll still get to that. Arms of the government, we have the legislature. That's one. Two, the executive. And we now have the judiciary. The head of the executive is the president. The president is not the arm of a government. No, it is the head of one of the arms of the government. Is that okay? Arms of government divided into three, sorry. We have the legislative, we have the executive, and the judiciary. Now let's talk about the legislative. The legislative is the arm of a government responsible for making laws, making the law of the country. The legislative, they make the law, is the arm of the government responsible for the making of laws of the country. It is called different names from one country to another. The legislative is called different name from one country to another. In Britain, the legislative is called the parliament. In Britain, you know, London, UK, they call the legislative the parliament. In USA, where you are, they call the legislative Congress. 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 They call the legislative Congress in USA. And in Nigeria, they call the legislative National Assembly. National Assembly. As I told you, legislative arm of a government is responsible for making the law of the country. And it's called different names from one country to another. In Britain, Parliament. In USA, Congress. And in Nigeria, National Assembly. Now in Nigeria, the National Assembly consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Grace, please. Grace, I don't want to talk. The National Assembly, which is the acronym NAS, consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Now, every state has at least a representative elected by the citizen of the state in the National Assembly. Listen to this. The leader of the Senate is called the Senate President. The leader of the Senate is called Senate President. The leader of the Senate is called the Senate President, and the head of the House of Representatives is called Speaker. The head of the House of Representatives is called the Speaker. I told you that the legislative, the arm of government is divided into three: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. In the legislative arm of government, they are responsible for making the law of a country, of a nation. The legislative is called different names from one country to another. In Britain, it is called the Parliament. USA is called Congress. And in Nigeria, it's called National Assembly. The National Assembly consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Every state has at least a representative elected by the citizen of the state in the National Assembly. Under the National Assembly, we have the Senate and we have the House of Representatives. The leader and the head of the Senate is called the Senate President, and the head of the House of Representatives is the Speaker. Now let's go to the executive. The executive is the arm of the government that is responsible for implementing laws and policies and carries out day-to-day functions of government. I'll come again. The executive is the arm of government that is responsible for implementing laws and policies. The laws and policies and carries out day-to-day functions of government. In Nigeria, the executive at the federal level comprises of the president. In Nigeria, the executives at the federal level. You know, there are three types of levels of government in Nigeria. We have federal government, state government, and local government. So at the federal level, the executive consists of the president and
Go ahead.
Now we're back. Hear me now, Joshua. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's continue. We are on the executive. It is the arm of government that is responsible for implementing laws and policies and carries out day-to-day functions of government. In Nigeria, the executive and the federal government consists of the president and his ministers. At the state government level, it comprises of the governor of the state, his commissioners, and special advisors. At the local government level, it is made up of the chairman, his deputy, the councillors, and others. Now let's go to the judiciary. The judiciary, it is the arm of government responsible for interpreting law made by the legislature. The judiciary is responsible for interpreting the laws made by the legislature. So we can summarize that the legislature makes the law, the executive implements the law, and the judiciary interprets the law. I want you to know that the police of a state, of a country, are part of the executive because they are the agency that the government used in implementing the law. To implement means to carry out what the law says. Is that okay? Now let's continue. In the judiciary, it consists of the courts, the judges, and the magistrates. The judiciary is made up of the courts, the judges, and the magistrates. And the head of the judiciary at the federal level is called Chief Justice. At the federal level, the head of the judiciary is called the Chief Justice, while at the state level is known as Chief Judge. Chief Judge. Now, before we wrap it up, I'm going to give you homework. I want you to find out for me in USA, what are the equivalent of Chief Justice? What do they call it in USA? Chief Justice. What's the title of the Chief Justice in USA? In the court of law, who are those officers working in the court? Like in Nigeria, we have lawyers. What do you call them in USA? You find out for me. So before we go, reasons for division of government into arms. Why do we need to divide the government into 3 arms? Why not just one set of people controlling, ruling the affairs of a country? We have 5 groups here. The government is divided into 3 arms so that 1, to prevent dictatorship. To prevent dictatorship. So that one person will not just be doing whatever he likes. So the power is being shared. You know, too much power means dictatorship. So to prevent dictatorship in the hand of a particular leader, government is being shared. Number two, to avoid abuse of power by political leaders. To avoid the abuse of power by political leaders. To avoid the abuse of power by political leaders. Number three, to ensure orderliness in the society. To ensure orderliness in the society. Three, to safeguard the rights of the citizens. To safeguard the rights of the citizens. That's number four. Number five, to ensure that the Constitution is not violated by the leaders. To ensure that the Constitution is not violated by the leaders. Now let me come again. 5 reasons we have to divide the government into 3 arms. 1, to prevent dictatorship, that is, too much power in the hand of a particular leader. Number 2, to avoid abuse of power by political leaders. Number 3, to ensure orderliness in the society. Number 4, to safeguard the rights of citizens. Number 4, to safeguard the rights of citizens. Number 5, to ensure that the Constitution is not violated by leaders. Okay? Homework for civic education. Mention the 3 arms of government. Write it down. Homework for civic education. Mention the 3 arms of government. Joshua.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Yanu.
You're muted, Yano.
Yanu.
Yes, sir.
You are not even in class. You know what? Yanu, you're really tough. Yanu,
Yes, sir.
why don't you want to be in class? Eniola, were you good? Good evening. Eniola,
Yes,
how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay. Yanu, were you in class all through?
Yes.
Did you put down those? Did you put down those homework?
What did you say? What did you
Okay,
say?
thank you. I said, did you put down the homework? I gave you homework. Have you written them down? The civic.
No.
Did you write down the homework?
No.
You didn't write it down. Why? Yanu. Yanu.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything I did you don't like?
No.
But why are you not flowing with the class? Be a good girl now, huh? Okay. We're going to draw the curtain of the class today till we meet next time. Is that okay? Are you okay by that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for being in class today. Catch you tomorrow. Same time. Bye. Regards to mommy.